And here you have a case of an infection in a finger. Another person who is traveling suddenly gets a hangnail, and since it catches a bit on the finger, they don't think much of it. The next day, they start feeling pain, a lot of swelling. It turns red and hot. It starts throbbing and oozing pus. Since he is traveling and can't get anything done, they hit him quickly, and he noticed that it was already too much. And I tell you that it would not be the first time that someone is up with sepsis due to a finger injury. So it is important to keep in mind that if hangnails become infected and are not treated and the infection is not removed, we can end up with a major problem. So they tell me they couldn't get an antibiotic ointment because it was Sunday and they couldn't find a pharmacy. They were in a place where there wasn't one. So since they had tea tree oil, I said, look, grab the tea tree oil and apply it. I tell them to apply it and also to put on a Band-Aid, a wet Band-Aid with the tea tree oil, and to leave it on for a few hours. If you pass me the slide, that's where the infection started. It's a photo. And you can see that this part is white because it's resting on the table or wherever it is. But it was red, really red. And here it was already healing. But there was a lot of pain and swelling. It's a pinky finger. Here it starts to improve after putting on the Band-Aid. The improvement is obvious. It's starting to look whiter, less swollen. And after 3 days, if you pass to the next one, you'll see that the finger is perfect. It still needs a little trimming with the file, but it's perfect just with pure tea tree oil. So, as you can see, we have tools that we should carry in our first aid kit. Learn to use them first and be able to include these wonders that nature gives us, which help us stay healthy despite the challenges of traveling. I'm done. Thanks, Madi, for passing the slides. Thanks, everyone, and I'll see you in the course.
Hi. Well, before I keep going with the slides, I want to mention something, Marisa, because I had a similar case with a woman. In this case, it was an older woman. I think I mentioned it in a course too, but it's worth sharing. She only trusted either her doctor or me, and it happened to her right at the end of August. At the end of August, neither her doctor nor I were around, and she had an issue with her big toe. So when I got back on February 1st, she came to the pharmacy and showed me her foot. You won't believe it, Marisa, the finger she had. The nail had dug into her skin. Also, the nail was embedded, and it was about the size, I'm not exaggerating, it was like a chickpea, like a pus-filled chickpea of pus, of course. And then I said, look, her name is Maria. I told Maria, you have to go to the doctor no matter what, because I think you need oral antibiotics, because it was really a conventional oral antibiotic. I saw him so strong, and I thought, well, he called the doctor. But you know how doctors can be? They're not very quick. And it was for 3 days. So I told her, look, you're going to go to the doctor, but in the meantime, put on the tea tree oil, use it pure, apply it like this. And she started using the tea tree oil, just like you mentioned. I told her to apply it 4, 5, or 6 times on the first day, not to be afraid, and then 3 times a day after that. Well, she came before going to the doctor, and by that day, her toe was practically healed. It still had a little bit left. And in fact, she went to the doctor, and the doctor told her to keep using what she was applying because it was fantastic. Because I also told the lady, take a picture before you start applying anything so the doctor can see how it looks at the beginning, just in case you get there and it looks somewhat better, and he doesn't give you the antibiotic if you really need it. And the doctor told her, look, Maria, the nurse is coming in, and she's going to drain it a little for you. And the nurse, if she thinks you need an antibiotic, will let me know, and if not, then she won't. And the nurse told her, Maria, I don't know what you've been using here, but looking at the photo and seeing how your toe looks, congratulations to your pharmacist, because wow, look at this, the one with the toenail. Yeah. And the lady always tells me about it when she comes, super proud that they told her that, and she didn't take oral antibiotics. Of course, it only needs little psychology with him.
I did the same with my daughter, just the same. And she also drained it at home. Mom has drained it. She started applying it herself because she already had such an infection that she had cellulitis from her shin to her knee, just like her big toe. And I caught that in time coming back from the trip. I gave her oregano orally too because I got scared when I saw she had cellulitis. It took us a while to get to Madrid, and on the way, the little one was with me. Well, actually, she fainted. Mom, and she fainted. She was out cold, her foot all swollen. I thought, oh my God, they're going to have to cut her knee off. And with the tea tree oil stuck on with a cotton ball, I put it there and left it for hours. The cotton all soaked and stuck, and oregano orally. And when we got to Madrid, she jumped in the shower and I said, look, we're going to the doctor and all that. And she says, Mom, it's opened up, it started oozing pus, and look how it is. And it was perfect. So then she just kept using oregano, and that was it.
It's something that's very, very representative. It's happened to me at the pharmacy too. And let me tell you, it was ridiculous. Actually, I don't have that photo, but I'm going to see if I can get it because it's pretty cool to see how it was and how it is now. It was on the big toe on one side, but it was round like a chickpea.
What a horror.
Anyway, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Well, we've stopped because I think it's also enriching.
Of course. It's just that it's such a common issue with ingrown nails that I think it's something everyone is interested in.